There's a brutal rule of history that no superpower has ever escaped. Not Rome, not Spain, not Britain, not the Soviet Union. Every empire believes it's the exception, and that belief is exactly what destroys it. Because empires don't collapse randomly, they collapse in a predictable cycle. Same sequence, same mistakes, same denial. And here's the uncomfortable truth most people don't want to hear. Every empire ignores one specific step in that cycle, and once that step is crossed, collapse stops being a possibility and becomes a certainty. To understand where we are today, you need to stop thinking about collapse as chaos. Collapse is not sudden madness. It's structured, it's logical, it's mathematical. Empires rise by concentrating power, wealth, and trust. They fall when those same things begin working against them. History doesn't punish empires for being evil or immoral. It punishes them for violating economic reality. Let's start with the pattern itself. Every major empire begins with expansion. They build productive capacity, they innovate, they dominate trade. Their military protects commerce, not the other way around. At this stage, growth is real. Wealth is created, not borrowed. The empire becomes essential to the world. Other nations depend on its currency, its security, its markets. This is the golden age, and it creates the illusion of permanence. Then comes the second step, overconfidence. The empire begins to confuse past success with future guarantee. Leaders assume dominance is automatic. Military commitments expand beyond necessity. Bases, alliances, wars, guarantees. Power spreads outward, faster than the economy underneath it. At first, nobody notices. The system still works. The currency is strong. Credit is cheap. The empire can afford anything, or so it seems. The third step is where the math quietly turns against them. To fund expansion, the empire starts borrowing instead of producing. Debt replaces discipline. Why raise taxes when you can issue bonds? Why cut spending when the world is eager to lend? Debt doesn't feel like weakness when your currency is trusted globally. It feels like leverage, and leverage always works until it doesn't. The fourth step is the most dangerous because it feels like progress, currency manipulation. Sometimes it's debasement through metal. Sometimes it's abandoning gold. Sometimes it's stimulus, quantitative easing, or emergency spending. The names change, the mechanism doesn't. More money is created than value produced. Inflation doesn't show up immediately because global demand absorbs the excess. Prices stay calm. Politicians celebrate. The public relaxes. But purchasing power is silently bleeding away. Now we arrive at the step every empire ignores. Step 5, the loss of productive capacity. This is the point of no return. At this stage, the empire no longer makes what it consumes. It no longer builds what it uses. It finances, imports, and manages, but it does not produce at scale. Manufacturing leaves, skills decay, supply chains stretch overseas. Work becomes abstract. Wealth becomes financial, not real. The economy looks larger on paper, but weaker in reality. Spain hit this stage when silver replaced industry. Britain hit it when finance replaced manufacturing. The Soviet Union hit it when military production crowded out consumer goods. Every time, leaders believed productivity could be outsourced, automated, or replaced. It never works. An empire that cannot produce cannot survive long term, no matter how powerful its currency or military appears. And yet, this is the stage almost nobody treats as an emergency. Why? Because the illusion is strongest here. The stock market still functions. Imports are cheap. Living standards feel normal, even comfortable. Debt covers the gaps. Currency demand hides the cracks. The empire still looks rich, still looks powerful, still looks dominant. But it's hollow, like a massive building with a rotting foundation.